The current leader of Michigan State University facing harsh criticism from senators this afternoon. John Engler testified during a congressional hearing focused on the Nassar abuse scandal.
They feel very strongly that you have not listened to them, and if you have listened to them, you certainly haven't heard what they have.
That's U.S. Senator Gary Peters directing some of his questioning to Michigan's former governor, and 24-Hour News 8's Lindsay McComal in studio now with more on that exchange. Lindsay.
O'Brien, Senator Peters said that he wanted to use his time to ask the questions that Nassar survivors want to see answered. He didn't waste any time holding Engler accountable for his conduct.
I felt that the shared governance model at the university didn't lead to specific accountability, and so I thought those weaknesses.
So there were problems. I need to keep moving if I could, President.
Okay, but I will try to, if I can't answer the questions, if I'm not loud, but.
Well, that was a yes or no.
U.S. Senator Gary Peters asked MSU interim president John Engler to answer his questions with a yes or no, which he had trouble doing.
So no other person has been fired.
And there is an ongoing investigation. I would remind the senator by the Attorney General of the state of Michigan at the request of the Board of Trustees to see if anyone else should be subject to sanction.
The senator also questioned the university's recent agreement with former Dean William Strample. It resulted in the university paying him thousands in order to sever the relationship.
He was allowed to retire, and he received $175,000 as well as part of the severance, I understand.
And that was the settlement that we judged as more in the interest of the university and the survivors to have him gone and separated versus a 10-year proceeding, which under administrative procedures could run more than a year and cost much more than $170,000.
Another persistent topic Engler spoke to under oath was that alleged offer of a settlement to Kaylee Lawrence.
You deny any discussion of a payment?
No, our discussion was about what is it. Among all of the actions that we've taken, many of which were in my written testimony, is there anything else that, from the survivor perspective, could be done? And the discussion was, how do we hear from people?
Now, if you missed today's hearing, you can watch it right now over at woodtv.com. And I'm also monitoring the reaction from the hearing, including from Senator Gary Peters. You can watch for that tonight at 11 and tomorrow morning on Daybreak. Sue.